Hello boys and girls, how are we doing? Welcome along. It's me, I'm solo. It's solo me. It's too hot in here for Anna. It is currently 30 degrees outside. It's even hotter in here. Having two people in this room is bonkers. And yeah, we saw what happened the last time it was this hot. Anna, with her medication, cannot stream when the temperature is as high as it is. So you've got me, little old me. Yes, short hair, Kevin. The reason I've got a hat on isn't just because I've got hat hair. I went to get my hair cut today and the barber cut it so it was all forward. So I immediately put a hat on and I'll sort it out after I have a shower. So yeah, I'm not having my hair forward. I know it was my birthday yesterday, but I'm not ready for midlife crisis hair. I don't need to cover up a bald spot. I have the strongest hairline in LEGO. I also have the strongest hairline in Football Manager. But welcome along, everybody. We're going to be carrying on building the set we started building in the last stream, the Krusty Burger. As you can see, we are 7 bags in. It is very cool the way it opens up dollhouse style. I like that a lot. We've got some of the minifigs up and running as well. We've got the little car, and we're just going to carry on. In fact, I don't know where the set is. I obviously know where the bit that I've already built is. Where are the rest of the bags? I've been building Diagon Alley in between the two streams. If we get Crusty Burger done early, we might carry on with that because we are like halfway through that. I think the bags are over here. Yes, there they are. There they are. So we've got like another 4-5 bags of Crusty Burger. So we probably will get some Diagon Alley done tonight as well. But welcome along, everybody. How we... Oh, that's overhanging the edge of the table by like that much. I'm not used to having this much space to spread out in. Oh, that could have been a disaster. Oh, my word. Let's move that a little bit more centrally, shall we? We're going to get the car out of the way. We're going to get the minifigures out of the way as well, because we just put them there so we didn't lose them. We'll get them stood on Diagon Alley for now, which you can't see, but... You got. What's the point of having a Lego City if you're not going to cross-pollinate your pop culture minifigures? So we've got them hanging around in there. Obviously, we're going to add some Muppets to the set eventually as well. Is the kit water cooled tonight? No, it was a MacBook Pro. There is no way to water cool it other than putting it in a bucket of water. But it's fine. It is fine. But yeah, let me know down in the chat, as usual, what you're going to be building along with me tonight. Or are you just giving up in the heat? I mean, I have managed to sit in here the last few nights on my own doing Diagon Alley. So it is bearable with one person. But obviously when it's just me in here, I don't have to have the computer on. I don't have to have all the studio lighting on. And I'm not moving around and talking the whole time. So it is, by the very nature of streaming, hotter to begin with. And I think this is the hottest day of the latest heat wave as well. So I know if you're not in the UK, you're bored of hearing about the heat. But for us, it's still a novelty. We're not used to this. And we don't care for it. And we're not ready for it. We're not built for it. It's horrible. Right, I've got one of the police guys. I don't really watch The Simpsons. The only policeman I know is Chief Wiggum, and I don't think that's Chief Wiggum. What's this guy? What's his name? He's here. Let's get him sat on there. Right, I've got the chat in 2 places. Don't I normally build diagonally on stream? Very good. Very good. On bag 8 of the Jazz Club. The Jazz Club is a great build. Did you get it from the on the cheapy sale? Didn't send the kids to. You didn't send the kids to school today. I would have wanted them properly out of the way on a day like this. Get them gone. Was school closed, or are you a maverick, Topher? I think you're a maverick. I think you're a rule-breaking maverick. I could never. Mainly because back when my kids were at school, I would be there as well as a teacher, different school. And I didn't have the option to be at home, so I wouldn't have had the option to keep them at home, I guess. I do remember, I mean, I was lucky when I was a teacher. As a computer science teacher, I obviously had a big computer lab classroom, which meant I worked in several different, or a couple of different schools, and each school I worked in, I always had one of the few air-conditioned rooms, because obviously we've seen what happens to computers in heat. They don't cope with it very well. So computer science classrooms tend to have air conditioning. So I used to have a lovely time while everyone else was melting. This week is the one time I'd be like, you know what, I could probably manage going back to teaching just briefly. I don't really want to have to do any of the teaching, but I could handle being in an air-conditioned classroom, because these standalone air conditioning units we have at home are all well and good. They're not like proper integrated air conditioning though, are they? I'm going to watch Superman at 10:30 tonight. Latest time I've been to the cinema. Will be interesting. Why are you going so late? What, because it's hot? It's expected to cool down in the next 4 days for you in the UK. I mean, it's literally hit another peak again today. According to the weather forecast on that Anna showed me on her telephone, today is the start of another 7-day run of massive heat. It's actually not been too bad this week until today. Today it's got mega hot again. And I think it's going to be like that all weekend. So it's all good fun. I actually bought the City Tower to get a promo. I was very tempted. I mean, I guess it's not too late. The LEGO Insiders thing still runs for another week or so yet, doesn't it? So I could potentially still end up with it. But yeah, the City Tower has been in my basket a couple of times this week. I didn't really buy anything though. In the end, Prime Day and LEGO Insiders Day, I didn't buy anything. I was really disappointed. On Monday's stream, we were all giddy with excitement about, oh, what might we be getting? In the end, nothing for your old pal Kev. It's all very sad. But it's probably for the best, because it doesn't hurt to not spend money. Especially when I've got such a big backlog at the moment. Cyberstorm, thank you very much for the super chat. Building the Harry Potter night bus, gift with purchased African Savannah diorama, and the office. The officer is called Lou. Hello, Lou. How are you doing? He's got a cup of coffee with him. Jeff is out of order. Try again another day. Exactly. We can only get decent seats that late, and because we're nerds, we didn't want to watch Superman not in the best seats in the cinema. Fair enough. I'm intrigued about this new Superman movie. I'm not desperate to see it. I am a little bit superheroed out after the last 15 years. But traditionally, back before the MCU and all that happened, traditionally I always considered myself more of a DC guy than a Marvel guy. Certainly in the comics, I was always more DC than Marvel. So I feel like if they do Superman right, I'll be quite happy. But that's a big if, based on some of the recent attempts. I ordered a Lumi Bricks build on Tuesday. Nice. Me and my mum ordered the hotel for Prime Day. What, the boutique hotel? Excellent stuff. Very nice build it is too. Right. This wall feels very wobbly. Can you even see what I'm doing here? I mean, it's at an awkward angle. I hope Anna's coping with it. Anna's fine. Anna's in an air-conditioned living room with 2 fans pointing at her and a cold drink, so she's absolutely fine. She'd be suffering if she was in here, where we can't have air conditioning because it's too loud. I genuinely did consider wheeling in the air conditioning from the bedroom and just hanging the hose out the window and being like, look, it's going to be loud, deal with it. But like I said, I've been in here every night this week building and survived. I might not be able to do the full 3 hours that we budget for, but I reckon I can get a decent amount of stream in before either I or the computer melt, and that's the idea. Did I know the trophies for the F1 British Grand Prix were made of Lego? Yes. Do you think they'll bring them out to buy? No. It's a James Gunn Superman film. James Gunn doesn't miss. One of the Guardians of the Galaxy films was a bit ropey, wasn't it, if I recall? I took your advice, I splurged, I got the Daily Bugle and the Viking Village from LEGO and Star Wars signed from Amazon. I mean, sounds like you got all the best deals. That is very wise. I ordered a Lumibrick Sea Turtle and a Fantasy Gumball machine set to try out using your Amazon affiliate link, of course. Thank you very much. Added the jukebox you reviewed to my list. The jukebox is fun, but it is complicated. It certainly could have, I can't remember if I said it in the video or not. I certainly said it to Anna. The jukebox felt like a rebrickable. in so much as it was great fun. It's a great build now it's done, but the instructions were obviously not Lego instructions. They just don't have that, and it's the same with all of the alt brick brands. The sets, once they're done, are great, but the instructions just don't have that level of special that Lego have. I don't even know how to describe it. That care, that Lego magic, where the build experience is part of what you're paying for with Lego. And I don't think anyone competes with Lego's build experience. But it is a great set, and you certainly can't argue with the value. Why can't I open the door? Because if I open the door, it's going to gust loads of wind through the room, which is going to sound horrible. The door's going to slam. Yeah, it's just... I'd rather suffer for a few hours and have better content. This is what sets me apart, boys and girls. I'm all about the quality of the content. I'm not going to half bottom the content just because I'm a bit warm. People have harder jobs than me that involves them getting a little bit warmer than I am right now. So I can sit here and be warm for a bit and it's fine. I'm only building Lego after all. Topher wants to stop melting. Get yourself a lovely air conditioner. They're highly recommended. When I get the set, I'm planning on using the bricks to build more of my haunted house set that I'm building. Nice. Oh, the new Create 3-in-1 haunted mansion. Is that what you mean? I feel like I've missed a comment there. It's harder for me to keep up with the chat without Anna here also policing it. Which is odd, because I've been streaming for like 10 years, but I guess when I'm streaming on Twitch and playing Football Manager, I'm spending much less time looking away from the chat. I actually have to concentrate what I'm doing here. When I'm playing Football Manager, I'm just looking at the chat the whole time. I mean, compared to what DC have been doing for however long, it's still a masterpiece. Yeah, I mean, I really hope it's a good movie and the start of a series of good DC movies. That would be great. We'll see, I guess. Fingers crossed. We've got an out of order ice cream machine. It's that little dig at McDonald's and the fact that their ice cream machine is always out of order. No one's ever gone to a McDonald's and the ice cream machine has been working. I don't think they actually work. I tell him every year we need aircon. What's his excuse for not having aircon? Aircon's great. Tell him to stop wasting his money on individual Red Bulls and get himself an aircon. What do you think about the Simpson you're building? I don't know what that means. Have I missed something? Has anyone complained that they can hear the wind from the door open? Yeah, I would complain. The thing is, people won't complain. And the people who would complain aren't the ones I need to worry about. It's the people who, and I see the analytics, so I know this would happen. It's the people who would tune into the stream. They might not know who we are. It might be their first time here. You only get one chance to make a first impression. They'll come in, hear the audio is shocking, and be like, yeah, this guy's a complete amateur. And not only do they leave immediately, but they also never come back. And I would never want to give the impression that we're amateurs. So every piece of content needs to be top tier. Cost? They're not that expensive, Topher. You can get an air conditioner for like 200 quid. That's probably only like 8 Red Bulls, isn't it? From this angle, it looks like the T-Rex has headbutted the BrickLink box and gone through it. Yeah, that is what's happened. That's why Anna's not building that tonight. You've described perfectly what's happened back there. You can see much more of the background of just me here. It's I'm not blocking it all off. In fact, it's not me being here. It's me not being here, because normally I'm in the way, completely blocking it. Whereas Anna just sits in front of the cars. So now I'm sat in front of the cars, and you can see all the interesting stuff we've got going on behind us. Normally, we need more set dressing if it's just going to be one of us in here. All right. Pop that on there. And that on there. Quite a lot of money to put down on something when FM25 went AWOL. FM25, I have just been informed you've been asked for one every year. Football Manager didn't go AWOL every year, Topher. You have no excuse. You've had years where you've lived like a king. Buy them in the winter, because that's when they're cheap. And that's when you're loaded. And everyone's happy. You've got to think. Will we only see Dave when Anna is here? Well, you won't see him now because he's not in here. He's also down in an air-conditioned room. It's not the fact that Anna's not here that means Dave's not here. It's over 30 degrees in this room and there's no reason for Dave to be in here. So he's going to stay downstairs and enjoy his cooling mat and the air conditioning as well. It's just going to be me who's going to sweat. Alright. We've made a little burglar. That looks quite cool actually. It's a little burglar. Pop that on the counter. I'm a little bit concerned the burgers aren't wrapped up. We're just having loose burgers lying around all over the place. Seems very sloppy. Just treated myself to the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds. Can't wait to order it. Is that the big one or the small one? Anna has decided, now she's got her little mini Diagon Alley on the wall, which I don't think we've shown you yet, but it'll be shown at some point. She's now decided she wants the little micro scale Hogwarts. So I think we're keeping an eye out for that. I know it's been on deals in various places, but I think we've not seen it on its best ever deal anywhere this week. Around Black Friday, I think it was cheaper than it is now, so we're keeping an eye out for it at its absolute cheapest. What national brick events am I going to? I don't know off the top of my head. I generally go to the ones in the Midlands. If they're within about an hour of our house, then we'll go to them. I think the next brick event I'm going to is in Leicester next weekend. I don't know if that's a national brick event or a brick festival. But we'll be at that one, or I'll be at that one. And then I don't know what comes next. I haven't looked that far ahead. But yeah, generally, if they're near home, then we'll go. If they're not, then we don't, or I don't. Anna doesn't really enjoy them. They're more my thing. Do I like BrickLink Designer Program Series 6? Remind me what's in Series 6. All the series is mushed together in my brain. Every series they've ever announced, though, has had at least a few sets that are good. So I think it's probably safe to assume that, yes, I do like Series 6, because it probably has a few good sets in it. I don't really want... The last thing I want or need from a BrickLink Designer Program series is 5 must-buy sets, because I don't want to have to drop £1,000. If a series has 2, maybe 3 maximum sets that I actually want, then that's a good series as far as I'm concerned. That's what we're looking for. Do you know any brick conventions in London? I mean, they have both National Brick Events and Brick Festival do London occasionally. It's certainly around the outskirts of London, for sure. I think they occasionally have them in the centre of London. What I would say with London, and the reason I wouldn't ever make the effort to go to one of the touring events in London, is they're the same as they would be anywhere else, and anywhere else is going to be cheaper to get to, cheaper to park, easier to get to. There's not really any incentive to go to London to go to a brick festival, unless you're already in London, in which case keep an eye out for ones nearby. Just look on the National Brick Events and the Brick Festival websites and see when they're touring around near you. They tour around the whole country. They'll come by you fairly regularly. Like I say, we're in the Midlands, and they're within an hour of our house. Between the two of them, we get to 2 or 3 a month, because that's how often they're passing by within an hour of where we live. And I imagine that's the case pretty much wherever you are in the country. They're never far away. Did I wake Anna up early on my birthday? I did, obviously. I wanted a birthday present, so I'm not a maniac. Have you missed the friendly... Have I missed the Friendly Snails build? No, I've not built it yet. It's around somewhere. I don't actually know where it is. I've kind of got stuck into some bigger builds at the moment. When I do it, it'll be on stream. Worry not. I haven't done it yet. And I probably won't be doing it tonight. Because I made a TikTok earlier. I've got myself into a situation I don't like to be in, where I've got more than one half-built set. I hate having more than one half-built set. I've got this Simpsons Krusty Burger that needs finishing. And then I've got Diagon Alley that needs finishing. And then I've got other bits to be getting on with. Coventry one is at the football stadium on September the 13th, the same day Coventry play at home. I mean, if that's actually the case, then I imagine the Brick Press tour is getting moved or cancelled. I mean, I've been to a few in Coventry now, and they've never been at the football stadium. So unless they've moved where they're doing it, they're next to the training ground in Coventry. Normally, there's like a sports centre next to the Coventry training ground. You drive past the Coventry FC gates as you walk in, but that's not the stadium they play in. I do have Brick Cross Station, yes. The best Simpson set is Ben builds Lego Church or Moe's. I mean, I'm sure they're very good. I find it very, very hard to believe the best of anything is a mock, unless you're talking about how they look. Because like I was saying before, you can't beat that Lego build experience. No, and I don't think I'm speaking out of turn saying this. I love Rebrickable, and there's a lot of very talented people on there, but none of them produce a set of instructions like a Lego set of instructions. There's always bits that aren't quite perfect, whereas with Lego, it's always completely perfect. And that is a big part of what I'm looking for when I'm deciding if a set is really good or not. And this set has been loads of fun to build, absolutely riddled with little Easter eggs. It might not look as good as some of those ones you mentioned when it's done, but a huge part of when I'm reviewing a Lego set is what was the build experience like. And you just can't beat Lego for build experience. 'Tis not possible. Are you going to buy a Twilight house at some point? Yeah, probably. I mean, it's not retiring anytime soon. I'm certainly not going to pay anywhere near full price for it. I'm not desperate to get it. I'm comfortable waiting until just before it retires and getting it in a sale. I'll pick it up eventually. There's lots of stuff I want more than that, so it's not a priority. But yeah, I'll get it at some point. I have had a haircut, yes. That's why I'm wearing a hat, to hide the haircut. Because I've had my haircut, but I haven't yet fixed it. Which I assume is a universal experience, certainly for men. You go and get your haircut and it looks awful until you sort it out yourself and style it the way you normally style it, because no matter what you say to the barber, they 100% will never give you the haircut you actually ask for. To the point where all I ask for now is skin fade short on top. I don't even ask for a style because I know they'll get it wrong. But I know if I just ask for it short enough on top, I'll be able to get it into the shape that I want when I get at it myself. But I've not been able to do that yet. You have such a great job, Kev. Very jealous, but you've worked incredibly hard to get where you are. And just wanted to say thank you for constant great effort. Thank you very much. I certainly have a lot of fun, but like you say, I mean, we're 10 years in now. It's taken a long, long time to get to where we are. but I am very, very grateful that I am able to do this as a job. It's awesome. Lots of fun, which is super duper. Did I get any good Lego for my birthday? I did. I got the Haunted Mansion, was my big present, or Haunted House, or whatever it's called. The fairground ride one. So very pleased with that. We'll be building that and getting it in the city very soon. I also got a Create a 3-in-1 caravan, which will go in the beach in the city when that's done, and a couple of other bits as well. So yeah, officially a successful birthday. I'm just finding out Leluja has a Lego channel. Where have you been for the last 18 months? This is my main channel these days. You should be just finding out that Block Party makes Football Manager videos. we get more views here now. Need a new Football Manager game. This channel's the reason I'm still able to be a full-time content creator with no game. Have I built the Dalmatian? I haven't, Anna has. The festival is definitely at the football stadium, already moved from 14th to the previous day. There you go. It's interesting that they're doing it at the football stadium though. Suggests it's growing, which is very cool. Will there be a picture of the Costco cake? I didn't get a Costco cake. Anna got me some little cupcakes with my face on, which I can show you a picture of. Hold on. Where are the cakes? Where are the cakes? There you go. She got me some little cupcakes with my face on, and then the writing says "Happy Birthday, Kevin," or Kevin X. So I think I'm in the X-Men. I'm building the A-frame cabin. Very nice. Very, very nice. I never got to build that because Anna gazumped me on it and got in first. So not only did I not get to build it, it's also not in the city because Anna's got it on display downstairs. So I keep threatening to steal it from her and she keeps being like, no, you're not stealing it. So I think at some point we might be grabbing one of those for the city when I get around to doing a camping area, which is definitely part of the plan. I imagine that will form a part of it. Luckily, it's still relatively cheap everywhere I see it. It's one of those that's been retired for a while, but it's still in Smith's every time I go. It's not even off the shelves yet, even though it retired at the end of last year. So I don't know if they just made far too many or it wasn't very popular, but I think it's a really nice set. Would I rather never make Lego content again or never make Football Manager content again? I mean, I need to be able to make both. Thankfully, that's not a decision I'll ever have to make. They're both integral to me being able to pay my bills. I like being able to have a mix. They're two of my favourite things in all the world, and I don't have to choose between them. Cakes look like revenge for my birthday card, but the birthday card was great and the cakes are great. I love cakes with my face on. I love anything with my face on, really. I've got a new label maker. I got it on Prime Day. It's so cool. I labelled Anna already. I don't know where it is. I think I've left it downstairs, so I won't show you it now, but maybe the next time Anna's here so I can annoy her with it again. But it's one of those little Bluetooth ones rather than my old analog one. I can now print labels on demand wherever I want, whenever I want. I'm labelling everything. First thing I labelled was the label maker, obviously. Labelled as Kevin's new label maker to differentiate it from my current, or I guess my old label maker now. My current one is the new one. I just love making labels for things. Did my children get me any Lego for my birthday? I've not seen them since my birthday, so as of right now, I am forgotten. Yeah, there's never been any kind of rush for them to get me something on my birthday. They live over an hour away. Next time I see them, I'm sure they'll have something for me, and that's fine. I assume the label said female. It actually said female woman because there was lots of space on the label. So I decided to be even more descriptive. I can see on your shelf you've already bought the Nike Dunk set. Yeah, that was on stream last week, I think we did that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Really liked it. My hard drive is still labelled, as it should be, Topher. How else would you know what it was? I don't really understand how these chaotic maniacs live in a world where they don't label things. I think, oh, this is the fryer. I wondered what we were doing here. This is the fryer. That is cool. I like that. There's not really any way to get close enough in to show you it, but we've got a fryer. And it's cool. Would I make a label for Dave? I've tried, but he just shakes them off. He doesn't like labels. Lego store gave me the gift of purchase yesterday as I was short, and on the Lego lolly tray also. Nice. They do that in store. That's the big advantage of going in store rather than shopping online. If you're a little bit short, they'll usually let you off and give you it anyway. Because Lego store staff, pretty much without exception, are awesome. I've only ever come across a couple of grumpuses over the years, and they tend not to last very long. Whereas the friendly ones you see there for years, and they're awesome. I don't think you can really work in the Lego store for a decent length of time if you're a grumpus. Would you ever go camping? I've been camping many times. I like adventures of all flavours. My Lego store, if I'm buying a big set, will often just give me a random one. Yeah. Legos, like I say, Lego store employees are great. I'm pretty sure when I am old and rejected by the internet, if I need a little part-time job to just tide us over, the way you always get those little old men working in Tesco, I think I'll be the little old man working in the Lego store, and I think I'll love it. If they'll have me when I'm in my 70s, and if Lego stores still exist when I'm in my 70s, I think that's my topping up the pension plan. Did I get a free minifigure from the Lego store on my birthday? I didn't go to the Lego store on my birthday. I would have done if I'd have gone, because Anna got one on her birthday, but I was busy yesterday, so didn't go. We live a long way from the Lego store. It's not a case of just nipping in. It's by the time you've parked and got there from the car park, it's like a 3-hour round trip to go to the Lego store. So yeah, we didn't go. I was even warned by the employee that the Daily Bugle is a great build if you have the height. Yeah, that was one issue I found, because when I got the Daily Bugle, we were still displaying everything on Billy bookcases. And yeah, the Daily Bugle is a tall boy. So we needed a whole new way of displaying tall Lego sets. And yeah, it's probably like 1 meter high. So you do need to be able to put it on top of something, not in something. If there was no Lego and could not teach, what would I do instead? Luckily, I don't live in that world. That world sounds rubbish. I mean, I couldn't teach thing is irrelevant, because there's no way I'd go back to teaching now. Even if social media went away tomorrow, I wouldn't be a teacher. I'd do something else. I don't know what that something else would be. Run a business of some kind. I just don't like working for other people. I'd just start a different business. I think I've got enough experience of just running a business now in general that if this business failed, I'd just start another one. I don't know what it would be. I'd see what opportunities were available to me at the time. I don't really imagine, other than the topping up the pension with the Lego store retirement plan, I don't really imagine a situation where I ever have a proper job again, where I'm like actually employed, working for someone else, relying on it to pay my bills. I don't think I'd like that. So I think no matter what happens, I'll always find a way to generate some money doing something for myself. Because I'm impossible to manage. I'm an argumentative old toad who's only gotten older and more argumentative and unmanageable. So me having a job is not a good idea. Just ordered the Daily Bugle a few days ago. Can't wait. Lovely, lovely. I pulled the trigger on the lighthouse. The lighthouse is a great set. So that's another tall set as well. You don't realise how tall that is, but that's probably almost as tall as the Daily Bugle. It's another one you can't just stand in a bookcase. Engineer, I was told if I can do Lego 8 hours straight, then I could be an engineer. Well, there you go. It's probably a good argument. Stubborn, in other words. I'm not stubborn. I'm just usually right, and not afraid to explain that to the person who's wrong, whether they're officially my boss or my subordinate. I'm not stubborn. I'm autistic and clever. And that's an awful combination for other people to have to deal with. And it is better for all concerned that I work for myself and don't have to answer to anybody. Saves everybody a lot of argument. So I promise you, me doing this for a living is for the best. I'm somewhat grateful the Lego Insider sale and Amazon sales didn't have much I was interested in. I'm still recovering from double points weekend. I am the same, yeah, very much so. I did do another pick-a-brick order to get some more stuff for the city, just to get the gift with purchase because Anna wanted it, but I haven't ordered a set. Actually, that's not true. I ordered one set on Prime Day, which hasn't arrived yet. There was the buildable Minions set. It's one that I've not got. It was like almost 50% off. It was really cheap. It's not a minifigure and it's not like a big buildable figure. It's a buildable Gru with a few little minions, and Kevin is in there, so obviously I had to get it. How many brickheads have you got? Between me and Anna, probably 30 or 40, I guess. I don't know. I've not counted them. Quite a few. You're not stubborn, you're just good at decision making. Exactly. Oh, crumbs. I'm buying all the Halloween sets next month because that's my favourite holiday. Lovely, lovely, lovely. My girlfriend got me the Porsche on 4x points to get the Africa set, but that was it. Very nice. Where are you in the world to get 4x points? Because I don't think there was any offers like that here. I think the best we got was 2x points. Where's my minifigure dispenser? There. Just off. In fact, no, you can just see the edge of it. Next to the dunk sign, you can just about see the edge of it. I bought that minion set, not started it. Yeah, mine's not arrived yet. No, it's too hot for Anna to be in here, so Anna's having the night off. If you were around the last stream when it was this hot, she had to leave 10 minutes in, so we just figured there's no point putting her through that and then having her get up and leaving and having the stream then labelled wrong because it would have Jeff on it, but then I wouldn't be building Jeff, and yeah, it just made sense for Anna to accept. Oh, there you go. It clips together at the back, so it isn't just going to be dangling loose. That is now, I think, completed as an interior. So I guess now we're just doing the roof and the outside stuff and the sign, I suppose. We've got 3 more bags. We are getting there. In a vlog 7 years ago, you discovered Lego brickheads in an Asda, did I? There you go. USA, there were only 5 sets and 4 times points. Fair enough. We didn't have any above 2 times. I was going to get the dunk set for the minifigure, but it's on back order. It's a cool set. Looking forward to the Italian Riviera. I am very much looking forward to the Italian Riviera. I want to see it. Obviously, the original LEGO Ideas design was awesome. But like I said in yesterday's video, it looks like it's not going to be modular compatible anymore because it was originally on a base plate. And it's now not going to be on a base plate. It's going to be on plates rather than base plate. So it's going to need some modification to become modular. But the original design had that little corner of beach in it, didn't it? It was really cool. And it would just be a really nice part of the seaside town. It will look completely out of place because the main feel I'm going for in our seaside town in the city is Skegness out of Lego. But there will be this little classy corner where it will look classy because it's the Italian Riviera, but we'll just fill it with little minifigures in vests and tracksuits, and we'll make it. This is what would happen if you tried to do somewhere nice like this in Skegness. It would still look nice from a distance, and then you get close up and you're like, oh, okay, it is still in Skegness, and it's going to be awesome. It was originally plates on a base plate. There is now no base plate involved, apparently. I mean, obviously these are just rumours at the moment, but usually when you're this close to release, the rumours are pretty accurate. And it looks like there is not going to be a base plate involved because they are fussy. They're getting more and more fussy, Lego, about things being modular if they're not part of the actual modular line. Like, you're not allowed to submit modular designs to the BrickLink designer program anymore. We've seen the Twilight House doing as much as it possibly can to not be modular. This set, I mean, this set will fit perfectly on a normal size base plate. It isn't on one because they don't want it to be, so they don't want it to be modular. They very much want the modulars to be their own thing. And obviously it's Lego, so if you want it to be modular, you can modularize it. And I'm sure there are already designs out there to modularize this set, for example, but they don't want anything that's not their official modulars to be a modular out of the box. I guess to keep the modulars special. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with Arkham Asylum. Because obviously we got some Marvel modulars. Are we going to get DC modulars as well? Or are they going to deliberately make it not so that we have to faff around with it? Do you regret not buying the Lego version of the Stump all those years ago? Yeah. We have been in there looking for it since it's not there anymore. It would have been... I don't even remember. Was it an actual Lego set? Or was it alternative bricks? I can't even remember. There must have been a reason we didn't get it at the time. I feel like it probably was alternative bricks. I don't think they put together actual Lego. Obviously, it wouldn't have been an official Lego set, but I don't think they used official Lego to put together the set either. So we wouldn't have included it in the city anyway, because we only have actual Lego in the city. Are you going to Knott's Brick Festival next month? When and where is it? I assume in Nottingham somewhere. Is it the one at the ice arena thing? Is there one there, or is there somewhere else? Oh no, there's one at that school that's by the trams, isn't there? I've been to that one before. If it's there, probably, unless I'm busy. I don't know when it is. I tend not to look that far ahead. I usually look a couple of weeks ahead on the calendar and then just go to the ones that are near me, and Nottingham is near enough for me to just decide on the day, yeah, you know what, I'm going to Nottingham. Or probably decide a few days before, but you get the idea. I'm not going to necessarily have planned it weeks in advance, but I'll probably go if I'm not doing anything else. Will you build a church in the city as a tribute to Andy? No, because he's not dead. He doesn't need a tribute. I mean, there'll probably be a church eventually, just because it would be weird for there not to be one, I suppose. But it's not going to be for Andy particularly. Do you worry that featuring non-LEGO sets on the channel will jeopardise your inclusion in the LEGO Insiders programme? No, because... How do I put this diplomatically? We're getting paid more than LEGO are going to pay us if we get in. The bigger the channel gets, and I mean, obviously we've mentioned we were declined for the ambassador program this time, which means we won't be reviewed again for 6 more months. Based on the way the channel's grown over the last 6 months, we might actually get 6 months down the line and decide we don't want to be in it because it closes doors that we'd rather stay open. It's weird. It's a weird thing. When you first start out, the idea of getting all that free Lego is really tempting. But the bigger the channel gets, the less we're going to need free Lego, because the channel makes more money and we can use that money to buy Legos. We don't need it for free. So then it becomes, well, what are the advantages and disadvantages of being in the LEGO Ambassadors program? And do you get to the point where the disadvantages outweigh the advantages because they don't pay you? And we will have been paid more this month through alternate brick brands than we would have got in free Lego if we'd have been Lego ambassadors. So, and I know that's a unique situation because it's Prime Day, so they had a reason to all jump on at the same time. But yeah, part of me thinks it actually might be better to stay independent. And without wanting to sound like I'm trying to big time the situation, LEGO might have missed their chance to get us in the ambassador program. Because we'd have accepted if we'd have got the offer 2 weeks ago. We might not accept in 6 months' time because we might prefer to stay independent by then, depending on what other opportunities have presented themselves to us in the meantime. So, yeah, I'm certainly not going to turn down business with other companies because there's another company that might one day give me a free thing here or there. It's not like I'm risking a contract with LEGO. LEGO ambassadors don't get paid. So should I turn down money because there's a chance that someday in the future LEGO will give me a few freebies? And I don't really work for freebies. So no is the short answer. I'm not worried. We'll see what happens. And that's not me saying I'll not accept. We may well accept. But yeah, it's not just a simple... The end goal of this channel isn't get into the ambassador program at all costs. The end goal is build a sustainable business. And I don't know if that involves being in the ambassador network or not. Have you heard about this YouTuber called Kevin Chapman? He does sound like a great guy. I watched the video on how to do the railroad street mills plates and I'm curious how to do the turns. Yeah, I'm not... I don't really have any turns because they're hard. Yeah, I absolutely chickened out of turns. Super Brick's got his BrickLink store shut down because he was cross-promoting his YouTube channel. I don't know what that means. I don't know who Super Bricks is. And I don't see the harm in promoting a YouTube channel on BrickLink. Shopping at the LEGO store is better than online, although it encourages you to spend more seeing sets on display. Yeah, I love going to the LEGO store. It's great. I mean, that's getting back to the ambassador program discussion just briefly. I don't want to spend the whole stream talking about it, but if it became apparent there were other perks to being in the ambassador program, just the free sets is not a reason to go in, I don't think. But if it opened doors to us for example, being able to, on launch days, film in the Lego store for 20 minutes before the store opens. That's a reason to go in. But I don't know if we even need to be in the ambassador program to do that, or if that's something a store can do on a store level, and I could just ask and they could just say yes or no. But like, if it allowed us to get some exclusive access that would actually improve the content, then that becomes more of a reason to be in, I think. We'll see. It is too hot for Anna to be in here, yes. With her medication that she's on. She is very sensitive to heat, and if she'd have started the stream, she'd have left by now. Plus, with 2 people being in here, it's just mega hot anyway, so it made sense for just one of us, and if it was just going to be one of us, it was always going to be me. So I don't think Anna's ever likely to do a stream on her own, because the internet's full of wangs. And she needs me here to shield her from them. On the 1st of August, don't go to usual Lego shop, go to one up north in Scotland like Glasgow or in Edinburgh. I mean, no. In all seriousness, those videos are like usually the biggest videos of the month. So I need to be able... Have I done this wrong? No. I need to be able to film them and then get home and edit them and get them out that day. So those videos will likely always be at my nearest store, unless I'm already away in a hotel somewhere. Like last year, I was working in Liverpool for the September release. So I did September the 1st in Liverpool and uploaded it from Liverpool because I had a hotel there. So there is situations where we do stuff like that. But if I'm just at home, it's always going to be Milton Keynes or Birmingham, depending on which one has best traffic on the day, because I need to get in, get out, get home, get the video out, because it's hugely important to be the first shopping video out on the 1st of every month. That's one of the ways we've grown the channel as quickly as we have, because people know 1st of the month we're going to get a shopping video out really early in the day. They expect it. Right, where's my beverage? I got a new beaker on Prime Day. It's a Ninja one, because Anna loves sharks. Are the shelves used from Halfords? No, they're from a company called Tougher Man, which I got deliberately because they're just over 2 base plates deep. So when we first moved in, we did attempt for a few months to put them to do a shelf city. So we bought them so that we could go 2 base plates deep. There's videos on the channel of me trying to do it, and it just didn't look very good. Hence we got the studio. But we could go 2 base plates deep, so we could have a row of modulars and then a row of road and rail and stuff on there. And the ones from anywhere other than Tougher Man weren't quite deep enough to go 2 base plates deep. Manchester, it's not too far away from you. Manchester's still a good 2.5 hours away. Still a long old drive when Milton Keynes is an hour away. And I know the staff in Milton Keynes are lovely. Whereas, because the whole filming in the Lego store thing, I don't have permission from head office to do that. That is very much on a store-by-store basis at their discretion. And there are stores, which I won't name, but there are stores where I've been asked not to film before. And I wouldn't want to go to an unfamiliar store on the biggest launch day of the month and risk being asked not to film. Whereas when I walk into Milton Keynes, they all know me. It's one of the reasons I go there more than anywhere else. They all know me. They ask how the city's going. They know about the storage unit. They ask how the channels are going. I was in there a couple of months ago, and they were like, start at that end because we're filling up the pick-a-brick at the moment, and by the time you get here, you can show the new pick-a-brick. So they're like, they are invested in it. They know what's going on, and they're fully in support of me being in there and filming. And I think they like the fact that they're almost like a character on the channel now, that store. And there's a few creators who that's their local store. I think Milton Keynes is because it was the first store in the country. I think Milton Keynes is a little bit of a Lego content hub, and they get quite a few content creators, including several land members, do the first of the month in Milton Keynes as well. So yeah, I like Milton Keynes because the staff there are great, and I know I'm going to be able to go in there and make my video, which is pretty important when you're going to make a video. But I mean, we do plenty of travel around the country anyway. We've been to a lot of stores. We've been to Edinburgh and Glasgow, and we did all the Northwest ones in one day. I've been to Liverpool a few different times. I've been to Manchester a few different times. So we have been to the stores up north. We just won't go there on a launch day for all of the reasons we've just talked about. I wish we had so many different store options here in Virginia. I mean, I'm over an hour from my nearest store. It's not like we're absolutely flooded with them. There's like 15 stores. There's certainly less than 20 stores in the whole of the UK. They just tend to all be clumped around the same area. Like there's, if you include Legoland and Blue Water, there's like 6 in and around London. And then you've got the whole of the area I live in the Midlands. It doesn't have one at all. So there's none in Leicester, Nottingham, Derby, Peterborough, Norwich, Lincoln, Cambridge. I'm baffled that Cambridge doesn't have a Lego store. Cambridge screams town that should have a Lego store. It doesn't. Yeah, there's that whole chunk of the country, no Lego store. Cardiff's getting a larger store. Nice. Other stores franchised. The ones in the UK are owned by Lego directly. What type of dog is Dave? A stupid one. Where were we? See, that's the big problem with Anna not being here. If Anna was here, she'd then give you the correct answer. Whereas I'm just happy to answer like that and leave it there and move on. I'm afraid this is the price you pay for spraying deodorants into the air and causing it to be as hot as it is today. I know, I see you. Using your hairspray. You caused this. We've almost got this little roof on. There's only 2 Lego stores in the whole of Scotland. Yeah, but to be fair, there's only 2 cities in the whole of Scotland, and they've both got a Lego store. So, you know, you go north of those 2 cities, and Scotland's basically a field. So I think that's fine. Right. Where is the piece I need? Dave's adorable. I want him. You can have him if you want. Anna's not here to stop me giving him away. If anyone wants him, he's the main reason we're not going to get a holiday this year, because we've left it so late. We are desperate to go away in September before Football Manager comes out, but there's not even 2 consecutive days in September where the kennels are available, never mind a week. We're on the waiting list, and on the waiting list application at the kennels, I said any 8-day period you've got throughout September, please, we'll just take. And if anything comes up, we'll just book a holiday for those 8 days and just get away somewhere and do something. Right, I've done something wrong here. Oh, I see what I've done. I see what I've done. But yeah, it looks like I'm going to be going into FM26 with a half full gas tank as it is at the moment. So let's see if I make it to Christmas. Are you going to the National Brick event in Lincoln on the 20th of July? Probably not, because Lincoln is very far away. And I feel like I'm somewhere else on the 20th of July. Is that next weekend? Leicester's on the Saturday, isn't it? And then we're at something in London on the Sunday. I can't remember what it's called. Hold on. We are going to... I don't even know how I think it's at Olympia in London. Hyper Japan. We're out on the 20th. In London. So yeah, we're Leicester Brick Festival or whatever it is on the Saturday. Hold on. Where's my calendar? National Brick Events Leicester on the Saturday, and then Hyper Japan in London on Sunday. Busy weekend. Could your dad or the girls take Dave? They could not, no. My dad does not know any... My dad's never had a dog. And Dave doesn't really know him. They've not really ever spent any time together. So my dad's not an option. Plus, he's just moved house and he's currently renovating his entire house. So I think his house is basically being rebuilt throughout September. So my dad's not an option. My eldest daughter lives in a flat where they're not allowed pets. And my youngest daughter still lives with my ex-wife. And I don't think I'm getting any favours done there. So, no. There is no options, unfortunately. We'll just have to hope that something comes up on the waiting list and we can get away somewhere and do something. We'll see, I guess. How do we get these bits on? There we go. Get the little corners in as well. Beautiful work, Kevin. Rafa doesn't deserve a Dave Nado. Exactly. Rafa couldn't cope with one. We'd end up having to fly back from wherever we were. We'd have Benitez on the phone. Get back here. You won't believe what that dog's done. I bet I would, because I bet he's done it before. But go on, tell me all about it. Matt, he fixes all my other problems. Matt loves Dave. But Matt also is in a flat where he's not allowed pets. Genuinely, I think Dave would live with Matt by now. They are big buddies. But I don't think Matt's allowed to have Dave in his building. Or else he absolutely would, because they are big buddies. Dave loves it when Matt's here. Sometimes we just leave the two of them alone together to just do whatever they're doing. Have I ever gotten every set in a Lego theme? I've got every Animal Crossing set. We got every set. We got every Creator 3-in-1 set in the wave that came out in January. We probably won't do it again in August because there's too much other stuff coming. And I don't know that I need a magnificent horse in my life. As magnificent as it is, I think I can probably avoid buying it at launch. But yeah, we've got every Animal Crossing set. And one day, boys and girls, one day I'll have every modular. We are quite away from that day, but one day. Can't you try different kennels? I mean, we could, but he's been going to this one for like 5 years. He knows the people, they know him. We know it's good, we know he's happy there. And I imagine any kennels is going to have the same problem at this time of year. We're trying to book a last minute thing during the middle of the summer holidays, when kennels are usually quite busy. So I suspect not. Opinions on the Canon G7X. And it was great at the time. It's what I used for the first several years of YouTube. I wouldn't get one now because there's better options that are cheaper. But yeah, it was great of its time. Even now, it depends what you're planning on using it for. Like, I'm talking about it as a vlogging camera because that's all I use cameras for. I'm not a photographer. I use my cameras to make video. And it's fine at that, but it's nowhere near the best on the market these days like it used to be. I have nearly every set in the Monster Fighters theme. Nice. There's your answer. Offer to let Matt stay over in September. I'm sure he'll love that. Hey, Matt, can you just come and live in my house for a week while I go and sit on a beach somewhere? Yeah, I think he'd quite rightly just say no if I asked. And I honestly, I'd think less of him if he didn't. There you go. We've got the lid on. Very nice it is too. And now we're on to the final bag, which I think is the sign. And then we're done. And then I guess we'll do some Diagon Alleys. Whee! That is a lot of pieces just for a sign. Is there something more that I'm forgetting? Yeah, man. You need to build a mock of the haunted house set. Oh, I just need to build a mock of the haunted house set, then I'll have all the sets. Nice. Now you get the best minifigure in the set. I've never been a Sideshow Bob fan. To be fair, I'm not really a Simpsons fan. I haven't watched The Simpsons for years. This is very much a nostalgia set in the same way as like Winnie the Pooh or Sesame Street. It's something I remember watching years ago. Wouldn't dream of watching now. There you go. Sideshow Robert. Pop him on Diagon Alley as well. I'm not putting any dinosaurs in the Lego City. Never say never. Can you say hi to my brother Colin? Hello, Colin. Where is the piece that I require currently? Ah, hiding. I found it. Have you considered what a dream modular set would look like? It would look a lot like Tudor Corner, to be honest. Tudor Corner is incredible. I don't know how they topped that this year. I'm really excited because the modulars have consistently got better every year. Have they ever had a miss? Has there ever been a year when it... I would, and this might be controversial, I would say the one time where maybe you could potentially go, that's not quite as good as previous. I'm not a huge Natural History Museum fan. I think it's fine, but it's not like in my top 5. But I think if you go back through all the other modulars they've ever made, pretty much from the beginning, they've got better every year. So the Tudor Corner is fantastic. There's a lot of pressure on them to find a way to top that this year. I'm keen to see what they do. I'm sure they will, because they're very clever. Very clever. Almost, and I don't say this lightly, there are people working at LEGO who are almost as clever as me, I would say. And that is about as high praise as I'm capable of giving. I recently got the Mystery Machine set. That's definitely on my list of sets that I'll get one day when I'm rich. It's not a set I need, but it's one that I really want. I just want to have it driving around the city. Speaking of dinosaurs, I recently got one of the new Jurassic World Rebirth sets. I want all of them, but they're too expensive for what they are. The Jurassic Parks or Jurassic World or whatever it's called, those sets are expensive because they're full of unique molds, aren't they? Just those dinosaur molds that make them so expensive. If they made them without the dinosaurs in, they'd be reasonably priced. But it's almost as if the dinosaurs are the selling point. But yeah, all those unique molds do make those sets expensive. Do I like buses? No. Not really. It's buses, aren't they? Right. Where are we? There we go. Are you? Yes. Yes, I am. Really hope that goes somewhere I want it to go now. One of my favourite things as a streamer is when people accidentally hit enter early and we get to guess what the rest of the message is going to be. Oh, now it's been retracted. The rest's coming. We're on the edge of our seat now. The one bus I like is the city tour bus. Yeah. I like LEGO buses. I like LEGO everything. But actual buses make me vomit. I can't be a passenger on transport, really. I'm all right on trains if I'm facing forwards. But buses invariably make me throw up. Am I not into LEGO Technic stuff? I don't mind LEGO Technic. I'm not into cars, which is, I know, a big part of LEGO Technic. Like, you wouldn't catch me doing these big £200 or £300 cars and motorbikes and things. I don't mind spending £20 on a Speed Champion because I think they look cool as a big collection behind me. But that's about as far as I go with the cars. I have got the radio controlled Audi Technic one from a few years ago. That's quite fun. The thing with Technic, I'm not, and this is a weird sentence bearing in mind the room that I'm in and what's behind me. I'm not massively into just display Lego. I'm more about the city. Which I realise is ironic looking at what's behind me. But I don't want a load of big cars because I've got nowhere to put them. Just like I don't want that big, I don't really want the big crane I always go on about because I'd have nowhere to put it. Mainly when I'm looking at new sets, I am usually thinking, right, how do I integrate that into the city? Because we have got limited shelf space here at home. Technic cars are amazing. The pistons and engines go up and down. Oh, yeah, they're great fun to build. I'm sure I'd absolutely love, I've done that upside down. I would absolutely love building them. It's just what on earth do I do with it afterwards? That's the problem. You should start kayaking. No, I shouldn't. No, I should not. I display all my sets in my bedroom. I think that is pretty standard. We hardly, in fact, our bedroom is the room that's got the smallest amount of Lego in. Actually, that's not true. The kitchen has no Lego. The bedroom only has one set currently, and that's in the ensuite, so not really in the bedroom. Although the world map will be going on the wall in the bedroom. Every other room in the house has Lego though. Every bathroom, every room has Lego, and even like the hallway, there's lots of Lego. Have you got the Lego piano? No, I would like it, but it's too expensive. There's always going to be something I want more at £300. It looks like a very cool set, and I would like to have Bowser sat there playing it on display in my office. But if you gave me a £300 Lego store voucher right now, you'd need to give me 50 of them before I got, like, I'd need 50 of them with instructions that you're taking them back if I don't spend them there and then. It probably wouldn't take 50. It would take at least 20 £300 Lego store vouchers that I had to spend there and then before I actually got that. I think there's so much stuff I want more. So as cool as it is, I'm pretty confident I'm never going to get it. And when you start to factor in all the retired stuff as well, it's almost infinite what I would get before that. It's just too expensive. If it was 150 quid, I'd already own it. But for over 300 for a piano, it might be different if I could play the piano, if it had some other sentimental value to it, but it's just a cool thing to have on a shelf. I paid $300 for a 70 square off of eBay. Did I overpay? That sounds about right. I don't know how much it is normally in America. I paid it just as it was, I bought it just as it was retiring, and I think it was £250 here. Which is probably not a million miles away from $300. And it's been retired 2 years now. So unless the price is dropped in America, you probably did all right. Did I have a good birthday? I did have a good birthday, yes. Ah. Right, Tom. Hey, Tom, come over here. Come over here. You're not allowed to start any more chats with "you should." You're banned from that because it's a bit too much. So no more "you should." Thanks. Did you get some gift vouchers on my birthday? I did not, no. Just a lot of Lego, which is better than gift vouchers. Am I excited for the Lego Speed Champion Lightning McQueen? Yes. Yes, I am. Am I right in thinking the BTS set retired last year? You are. You are correct. Yeah, any variation of it, yeah. I honestly, as much as I appreciate your concern for how I spend my free time, honestly, I'm a busy guy who's very happy with his life. I don't need anything new adding to it. I'm nearly 30 now. I don't need anything new in my life ever again. I'm happy as I am. Thanks. Right, what have I done wrong here? Something is what I've done wrong here. Okay, I see what I've done wrong. Don't worry, I figured it out. I didn't space his tufts far enough apart. Silly me, I'm always messing up the tufts. Stumbled across your channel a few weeks ago. Really good content, enjoying following the journey. One adult fan to another. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. How are the walls in the Lego City coming along? I can't remember how far you've seen in the videos because there's a video coming out tomorrow and I can't remember what I do in it because I recorded it a week ago. but didn't release it straight away because of all of the kerfuffle that's gone on this week with sales and stuff. Have you seen them? Have you seen actual walls that aren't made of cardboard in the videos yet? If you have, they've not moved on from that. If you haven't, there are now some actual walls that you'll see tomorrow, but I can't remember. Right, where does this go then? On there? Yes, it does. Yeah, if you've seen those first 3 panels of wall that we've done, don't expect to see any more anytime soon because I need more parts. And BrickLink order, and sorry, LEGO pick-a-brick orders take forever. So it's going to be a while before we do any more. And we'll just do a little bit here and there. I'll order what I can order when I can order it. And it'll just be a thing that every month or two, I'll be like, look, I added another 3 or 4 panels of wall. We're getting a little bit closer to surrounding the city, but I'm not. I think it's bad content, quite apart from anything else, if I just focus the next 5 videos on walls. I think we have to mix it up a little bit and move between different projects in the city. And even if I didn't think that was the best thing to do for content, the fact is we've got to wait for parts to come anyway. So we don't really have any choice. Here you go on there. There we go. So, Christopher, will I build some more traditional houses for the city? I'm not sure what you mean by traditional houses. Traditional for where? Because we've got a Privet Drive's a traditional house, as far as I'm concerned. So that's in. We're never going to have loads of any one type of thing anyway, because despite the fact that it's obviously quite large, it's also quite a small city. We just need to give the feel of certain areas. Like, we don't want a residential area with 20 houses in, because that would fill that entire studio. So I think it's enough to have 2 or 3 residential houses and be like, well, that represents the suburbs. We don't need to actually build the suburbs. We just need to represent the suburbs. Like with the beach, I'm not going to do 5 different arcades and 10 chip shops. There'll perhaps be 1 of each to represent we're at the seaside. Obviously there would be loads of these, but we don't need to build loads of them because we're representing it. So yeah, we just have to use a little bit of artistic license with stuff. It's Krusty. Yeah, the sit complex is in the city. It's been in there ages. You should watch some of the updates. It's been in there ages. Ages. Right, pop that up there. I'm not 30, I'm nearly 30. It's really simple. Am I 30? No. Well, then I'm nearly 30. That's how it works. Life is short. I'm also nearly 10. I'm also nearly 70. At most, we've got, what, 80, 90 years? In an infinitely long universe. In the grand scheme of things, I'm nearly 30. And I will continue to describe myself as such. I'd recommend collecting the Lego movie sets. They're expensive though, aren't they? Because they're long since retired now. I'd love Apocalypse Burg, is that what it's called? I've not actually seen the Lego movies, obviously, because they're movies. But I do look at that set. Is the plan to get the other Simpson sets further down the line? Yeah, much, much further down the line. Like, after I've got all the modulars, the Ghostbusters Firehouse, all the Ninjago sets, all the fairground rides, the Simpsons is way down the priority list. Because I think, ironically, I think we need to wait for Crusty Burger to retire for the price of the other Simpsons sets to drop back down again, because they've gone up so artificially high as a result of this set being out. Because if you were looking at the Simpsons sets 6 months ago, they were much cheaper than they are now. But now this one's out, everyone's getting this and then being like, oh, well, I need the rest of them. So it's leading to everything being really expensive. So I'm happy to wait a few years for this one to retire, and then I'll get the others. I'm not in a rush. It isn't going anywhere. Part of me hopes that if this is a success, they'll end up doing a new house anyway. I don't need the old one. I just need a Simpsons house. I don't need the Simpsons house. Just getting all the minifigures out the front here. Obviously Bart's on the roof, because where else is he going to be? Lisa can go up there as well. And that is all of them. There you go. That's done, boys and girls. That is what's known in the trade as a snazzy set. We'll just pop all these guys up on the roof just so we don't lose them. This will go into the Lego City tomorrow, and I'll do a video on it soon. But for now, let's just get everything together so it doesn't get lost. Boom. There you go. Crusty Burger. That was a lot of fun. Less than £200. That's a good set. I like that. Instruction manual in the bin. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right. Oh, there's the car. Yeah, forgot about the car. Right, we're going to carry on with Diagon Alley now, because we've got time. I'm partway through the third build. So I'll show you what I've done so far, and then we'll crack on with that. Yes, I will be expanding the sit complex. No, this will not be in the next city update, because that one's already filmed. It'll be in the one after that. Right. I need to put it somewhere for now, so that it's out of the way, so I can crack on with yeeks. Let's not try and move it with that balancing on it. Let's pop it on there. I can balance it like that without Dave in the room. If Dave was in here, this would be dangerous. But I think it's safe without Dave. And it's going to the city tomorrow anyway, so it just needs to survive the night on there like that. Right, so this is what I've been working on in my leisure time. So I've done the first 2 parts of Diagon Alley. It is awesome, by the way. Really, really cool. It is open back. But based on how we've got the Lego City at the moment, I don't mind that. I don't think I need to spend hundreds of pounds on additional pieces to fill in the back and make these into modular buildings on full base plates, because they're just going to be against the wall anyway. And with them only being half a base plate thick rather than a full base plate thick, it actually gives us more room out the front to do other stuff. So yeah, I like this. I think this is a cool set. So we've done the first 2. We've also made a start on the next one, which I started last night. and we're going to carry on with this. So this is a bookshop. It's as much information as I know. So we're about halfway through book 3. Bag 12. It's only 20 bags in the entire set to do 4 buildings. It's quite busy. Can I compare it to another modular? What, the Simpsons one? I mean, it'll be near other modulars in the city. Right, Chris or Neve, can you time Tom out, please? Because that sentence could have started with "you should." And he knows what he's been asked not to do. So when he comes back, he's going to stop suggesting things. What a great start to the weekend. Block Party stream on one screen and the new Tony Hawk game on the other. Lovely stuff. Right, what bag am I on? Bag 12. Oh, where's this set now? Oh, it's here. Bag 12s. Almost every stage has had at least 2, sometimes 3 bags. You can see this is, you can tell it's an older set. If this had been released in 2025, it would be like 60 bags. But it's a 2020 set. So I think for a set that released in 2020, getting 20 bags was luxury back then. It's still a big pile of Lego for every stage, but nowhere near as bad as some of the other slightly older sets. Compare that pile of Lego there to the tiny little piles we were using for the Simpsons house. Oh, and hold on, we need to add to it as well. We also need one of these as well. Right, where were we? I'm doing the tree house right now, and the instructions not highlighting new pieces to build in red will be the end of me. Yikes. That's been in our to build pile for about a year now. I originally bought that set to build when we were on holiday at Centre Parks this time last year. And then Anna reminded me that Andy was coming, and building a big Lego set with him around was a terrible idea. And we also wouldn't be able to bring it home with us afterwards because it wouldn't fit in the car built. So I didn't bring it and haven't touched it since. So it's just sat over there somewhere. At some point I will build it, and it will go in our little camping area in the city, which will one day be a thing. Maybe. There you go, this man has a little icy cream. And a spoon to eat his ice cream with. Oh, he can't hold the spoon. Hold the spoon, you moron! Terrible hairline. How many unbuilt Lego sets do you have? Between me and Anna, 50 or 60 probably? At a guess. I mean, that is a complete guess. I don't know. Loads. Cyberstorms, thank you for the super chat. Diagon Alley was one of my favourite builds. You're currently building Flourish and Bots, the bookshop, and Florian Fortescue's ice cream parlour. Is this Florian Fortescue then? Is that him? Probably is, isn't it? Just tapping him on the head. Come on, Florian. Right, where were we? We were starting this bag, weren't we? Anyone joining now, like Pumpster, who's just arrived, is going to be very confused that this is advertised as The Simpsons and I'm sneakily doing Harry Potter instead. That's because we've finished that set, so we're now doing a different set. I only just realised it's 8 PM in the evening. What a rascal. Oh. Alright. Why is nothing clicking together right? What am I doing wrong? Lovely stuff. It's just so much slower building an older set on stream than one of the newer ones, because it takes so much longer to find the pieces. Never expect us to build any like older sets that don't have numbered bags, like that Tower of London, that, oh not Tower of London, Tower Bridge that Anna got, that doesn't have numbered bags. She took one look at it, shut the bag back up, shut the box back up again, and hasn't gone back to it since. It might get built one day, but I don't think she's eagerly anticipating the task. I can't wait to build the Western Saloon from Loomy Bricks. Very nice. The Western stuff does look cool. Why do you not fit in? Where? Oh, I need a pokey stick. There we go, Kevin. You handsome little rascal. Is parking nearby at Leicester Brick Festival? Not really. Weirdly, despite it being the one nearest my house, Leicester is the hardest one to get parked for. It's a nightmare. There's a supermarket. So if it's where it was last year, and I haven't even looked where it is yet, and I might be describing National Brick Events, or I don't know which one. Basically, the last time I went to a brick event of some kind in Leicester, I had to park in, I think it was Asda, and basically walk around. Yeah, parking in Leicester's horrible. Bum 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 bum. See, while I've been building this set, I've been watching The Toys That Made Us on Netflix. So now my brain is associated picking this set back up again with that show. So I've now got that song running around in my head, the theme song to that show. And if you haven't watched that show, by the way, you should. It's great. I think we saw it before years ago, but I've just been rewatching it. And it is very, very cool. There's an episode on Lego. There's an episode on Star Trek. There's an episode on Star Trek. There's an episode on wrestling. It's really cool. I've been building a lot of mocks recently, and it's just so lovely building a recent official set. Where you get to open a bag and just have the right parts for the next few steps. It is great. I firmly believe Lego is way more accessible than it's ever been in the past, and there are people who enjoy Lego now who, if they had to go back and do it the way it was way back when, they'd just be like, I hate this. This is just rummaging. You want me to do rummaging for a hobby. Whereas modern sets, and by modern I mean like the last 2 years, 3 years maybe, like modern sets are pretty much, it's almost like you're handed the pieces piece by piece and you just have to plug them in place, and it's so relaxing and your brain shuts off and it's great. You go much older than that and it does just become an exercise in rummaging, and it does lose some of the relaxation, I think. Is that a leisure centre called the Venue? Yeah, that's at De Montfort University. Yeah, that is the place it's been at before. Yeah, parking there is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Get there early and expect to still not get parked. If you're able to, park somewhere else and walk down, or park in the city centre and get a bus. It's horrible. Parking there is awful. I had trouble with a mock, took most of it apart to start over. Second time through, I'm missing a couple of parts. It's maddening. Yeah, it's all good fun, isn't it? It's all part of the experience. It's a different hobby now. Building recent Lego sets is a different hobby to mocks or building older Lego sets. They're two different skill sets and two different hobbies. Just like how shopping for Lego and building Lego are two different hobbies. There's so many hobbies within the hobby. And it's all fun and it's all Lego. And it's all okay. And you're allowed to like any one of those ways of doing Lego or more than one. It's all fine. I won't have people being gatekeepery. But yeah, it's all great. But it is very different. Love your Daffy cap very much. I got this for Christmas a few years ago, I think. I had a haircut today though, and it was a bad haircut, so I need to wash my hair and restyle it myself to see if it's salvageable or if I need to go back and have it cut properly. It's too long on top. I came out of there and he'd brushed it all forward and I looked like one of those teenagers who has a head shaped like a mop with just, it was messy and forward and it looked awful. I'm like, I'm old. What are you doing that to my head for? Obviously I wasn't going to say anything, just let him do his thing. As long as he's cut enough off, I'll be able to style it into something sensible. But for now, a hat gets the job done. And if I wear a lot of hats for the next few weeks, you know why. I do own a lot of hats, so it wouldn't be the end of the world if I wore a lot of hats for a little while. It's definitely hat weather. Yeah, it was. I came out of there and he's left it too long on the top, but it was all forward like this and messy. And it's like, what have you... I mean, I look like such a plum with my hair forward. I've never in all my life had my hair down, had my hair forward like this. When I was a kid, look at it. What is that? When I was a kid, I had a flat top. I had a crew cut and then a flat top. And then as I got into my early teenage years, I had the curtains with the undercut, with the centre parting. And then I shaved it all off. And then when I was about 15, I just started having it like this. And I've had it like this for the last 30 years. And this is just how I have my hair now. I describe it to him as short and messy. And somehow he's interpreted that as forward. What are the marks on my elbows? That's Lego elbow. That's literally where I lean on the table. And it's basically bruises and scuff marks from spending too much time on this table building Lego. It's a dangerous job. Someone's got to do it. Yeah, that's Lego elbow. You don't like the YouTube comments, yes you do. Yeah, so hopefully I'll fix it tomorrow. If it's not fixable, I'll just wear hats for a few weeks, and that's fine too. Get my money's worth on the hats. Come on then. When there's so many pieces in front of me, I have to fish out the pieces I want for each step, rather than just grabbing them randomly, or I will miss stuff out. Rummaging. It's professional rummaging, I tell you. I'm a rummager. You have my haircut asked for short and messy too. I mean, how else do you describe it, I guess? It doesn't actually, now it's not pushed forward, it doesn't actually look too bad. Should we go cool guy? See, I can be a cool guy. But instead, I'm just going to wear my Daffy hat. I like cartoon ducks. Cartoon ducks are the best kind of cartoons. What will we see you build on Monday? Well, hopefully the weather will be a little cooler and Anna will be back doing Jeff. And I'll do something else. I don't know what. I won't be doing this. I can't do a set like this with Anna in here. It takes up too much of the table. I'm hoping I'll finish Diagon Alley this weekend and get it in the city before Monday. I've got the Sherlock book nook over there that needs doing, but I've also ordered all of the stuff off BrickLink to modularize it. So I'll probably just... Part of me was like, I might build it as the book nook, then take it apart and then do the modular, because it does look cool as the book nook as well. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, can I actually be bothered with disassembling it? And the answer is probably no. So I'll probably just leave that in the box until the BrickLink order comes. There's always plenty of stuff to do. I'm not short of sets. I just don't know. I'll have my new Minions one. I'll probably do that on Monday. So I think that's coming on Sunday. So I can do a new Minions one. Yeah, I could do the snails. We shall see. My Lumi Bricks kit just came. Nice. Which one did you get? No, I haven't built the snails yet. I can do the snails. I mean, that's not going to take a whole stream, but it does. It is a job that needs doing. Someone's got to build those snails. They're probably not going to build themselves. That's the next evolution in LEGO. Sets that build themselves. I feel like you're more likely to buy a second one than disassemble. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking as I was saying it, but I'm like, I can't actually say that. They'll think I'm a maniac, but I 100% agree. If I built that, there is no way it would get disassembled. I'd just buy a new one when the BrickLink order came. And that is a work of a madman, so it's much safer to leave it in the box and just do it all in one go. I do want to do it relatively soon as well, because I feel like it's a really popular set that lots of people love, but I haven't seen anyone do it as a modular on YouTube. So I am kind of rushing to try and get there first on that. I imagine I'm not the only one. And I should think there are people who ordered the parts the moment it came out. I waited a month, so I have probably missed the chance to be first, but I still think it'll be cool. Right, we've got little signs. This one says bookseller. Imagine the streams if LEGO could build themselves. Exactly, it'd be awesome. Are you doing a stream of you building the old LEGO Creator Haunted House set? Probably not, no. Because again, it's too big. I can't do big sets like that with Anna sat next to me. There's not the table space for us both to do a big set. And Anna likes a big set. I've pre-ordered Neuschwanstein Castle for Anna. So she'll be doing that once we get into August. So we need to get Jeff done by then, because she does like a big architecture set. But yeah, she does the big ones. And then I can just sit here being a rascal next to her, which is how I like it. Currently working on the Ninjago Guardian Dragon, and my mum's working on the prize machine. Unfortunately, she hasn't had her medicine, so we weren't able to work on them. I got 3 Lumi Brick sets. Nice. What, on the sale that's on at the moment? Because we are in the final hours of Prime Day and all the sales that come with it. I'll miss seeing Jeff in the background of streams. Am I gonna have to get my own Jeff? I wouldn't enjoy building it. I just don't think I would enjoy that build. I think this is why usually, we've talked about it before, I'm always, it's my go-to phrase, isn't it? Oh, that was a really nice set. I really enjoyed that. That's because I only buy the sets I know I'm going to really enjoy. I don't buy the big Technic cars and the fiddly plants and the stuff that I'm pretty sure I'm not going to enjoy. I just don't buy. The kind of Lego that I build is generally always fairly similar. It's usually buildings or small cars, because they're the things I know I'll enjoy. Looking forward to buying the new haunted house set. Yeah, all the new Create 3-in-1 stuff looks awesome. We've got the new haunted house. We've got the new castle. Not to be confused with Newcastle. It's going to come up a lot. Fantasy also did a Sherlock Holmes modular building, and there have been a few videos comparing that to the Lego version, but not seen it as a modular anyway yet. Good, 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 good. I'll see if Anna wants the Fantasy one. I'll see if Fantasy want to sponsor us again. See if we can get a freebie. Prices keep going up and down on Amazon at the minute. What, for Lego? Or are we still talking about Funhole and Fantasy? My first and only Lego set is BTS Dynamite, but I might get the Twilight House at some point this year. It does look cool. I would wait for a sale now. It's been out long enough that it will be discounted at some point. I'd be wary of paying full price for it. It's why I don't own it in the first place, because I think it is a little bit overpriced for what it is. But I would expect it to, because it's not Lego exclusive anymore, is it? I know I've seen it somewhere, possibly Very. So now it's on places like Very and Smith's. It will start getting discounted in the relatively near future, I suspect. This is a very complicated sign, but it is very cool. Is there a window in that room so you can get an air conditioner that sticks in the window? There is a window, yes. I don't think you can buy air conditioners that stick in the window in the UK because our windows are wrong. We could get a floor standing one and stick a hose out the window. But we already own 3 of them. We could just bring one in here. The reason we don't have one in here is because they're too loud. So we can't really stream with the air conditioning on anyway. Anyone who watches my Football Manager stuff will know the streams I've been doing lately in my office. I've had the air conditioning on in there, and that is a good microphone with excellent noise cancellation, and you can still clearly hear the air conditioning because it's so loud. This microphone that literally picks up the sound of everything everywhere, for example, it would be unwatchable with air conditioning on in here. Currently watching a stream whilst eating some Lay's potato chips. Lovely, lovely, lovely. What flavour? I'm always fascinated by crisp flavours around the world. Me? Wow. It sounds like a hairdryer is on constantly. Yeah, and that's with a good microphone. So imagine what it would be like with this microphone. It wouldn't be good. It's fine. It's as hot as it's ever going to get. And with just one of us in here, and the fan on, and the window open, I can sit here for 3 hours. It's manageable. It's hot, but it's not unbearably hot. And it's never going to get any hotter than this in here. This is absolute maximum. It's still 30 degrees outside at nearly 9 o'clock at night, which means it's at least 35 in here with all these lights on, and it's not going to get any hotter. So I can cope with this. It just means when it's like this, Anna won't be able to be on the stream, but believe me, she's having a lovely time. She's worked hard lately because obviously we've had the sponsored stuff going on. We had 2 sponsored sets arrive at the same time, which officially is supposed to be Anna's department, but obviously they both arrived together with short deadlines for Prime Day, and I had to do one because there just wasn't going to be time for Anna to do them both and get them both turned around. So Anna's been busy and is enjoying an evening off, I imagine. She had to put up with me going on about birthdays. She's having a well-deserved rest in a nice air-conditioned room. Almost certainly playing something on her PlayStation and having a lot of fun. So it's all good. And if she was in here, I wouldn't be able to build this set on stream, because there wouldn't be room for this to be on the table with Jeff. So it all works out for the best. Today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. Picnic time for teddy bears. I think my dream set is throwing Monster Fighter. So we're talking about dream sets. Someone asked that, didn't they? I think I missed it. Oh, what's your dream set to own? Probably the original modulars, like those original 3. Cafe Corner, which I've got my own version of, but it's not like having the real thing. But Cafe Corner, Market Street, Greengrocer. I know that's 3 sets, but none of them are particularly fun sets. Obviously, there's much better modulars than all of them, but I just want to own them to complete the collection. They're the reason that I'll never have a complete set of official modulars, because I'll never be able to afford those 3. So they will always just be my own versions of them. So it will look like a complete set to the untrained eye, but we'll always know that those first 3 are not legit. They're still official Lego, just not the original designs. They're lookalikes. Imagine if Anna's watching me stream right now. I mean, she has watched me stream in the past. She has to put up with me all day, though. She doesn't want to sit there watching me stream. This is her chance to get some time off from me. This is her respite from being my carer. What have I done here? Ah, missed a step. See, this is what happens when I don't pull the pieces out. I sometimes miss stuff. I like this green colour. It's very pleasant. And then that goes in there. And that there. Beautiful. Will you be doing a rebrickable of those modulars? What modulars? Oh, what? The original ones? Well, I've already done Cafe Corner. I will eventually do the other 2 as well. I'm not in a huge rush. Oh, I just bent my lipstick. My dreams to own the BrickLink designer construction site. Yeah, I'd like that one as well. That's another one, though, that you can part out. Well, because it's a BrickLink set, all the parts are available from Pick-a-Brick. So it probably is cheaper to just buy the parts. It's something I've looked at. It's not a huge priority for me right now. But it's definitely on my... It's not on my short list of sets I would like. It's on my long list, though. Do I intend to get Gringotts Bank to go with Diagon Alley? Yes, but not at full price. Because Diagon Alley was, what, £400? Gringotts is like 350 on its own. and half of it I don't even particularly want. I don't want the bit that goes below ground. I mean, I'll probably try and do something in the city where we have the underground bit actually below it, but it'll involve a lot of faffing around and might not fit. I'd much rather just have the above ground bit to fit with the rest of Diagon Alley for 180, 200 quid. But I'll get it at some point on a sale probably before it retires. But I'm not in a rush. I'm not a massive Harry Potter fan. I read all the books way back when, but until very recently I didn't really own any Harry Potter Lego. And I know I've got a few bits lately, but that's just because there's been a couple of cool sets, and then I realised how good this set would be for filling gaps in the city. It effectively will look like 4 new buildings going in for the price of 2. So it was an efficiency thing. Do you think you'll achieve the goal of having all the modular buildings by the end of 2025? Probably not. I mentioned it in a video a little while back. I've kind of abandoned that goal because I've realised just how expensive it is. I'm definitely going to do it, but just not necessarily. There's no time frame on it. I don't want to have to force myself into getting like cheap rubbish versions, or force myself into buying sets I can't really afford just for the sake of getting them by an arbitrary date. So I would say there's a very good chance that by this time next year we've got them, but just maybe not by the end of this calendar year. What did I cook for tea tonight? We had chicken with some like chili seasoning stuff on it that I did on the wood fire grill, with some salad and corn on the cob. And it was very nice. Like a chicken salad, I guess. The UK version of a chicken salad. I know Americans hear chicken salad and think I mean chicken covered in mayonnaise. I mean salad with some chicken. And by salad, I mean vegetables. Salad vegetables. That is very stripy, but there is a nice little one-to-one thing in the book, so you can make sure you got it exactly right. Any plans for the weekend? Same plans as for every weekend. I'll go to the LEGO City for a bit. I'll work for a bit. I don't really have weekends. There's not really any difference between a weekend and a weekday for me. I work every day, regardless. So, yeah, just usual stuff. Anna's sending loads of text messages to my children in our group chat, so they're coming through on the laptop. Yeah, we've got stuff to do next week. Like I said, next weekend's very busy, so I need to get ahead on the content on all 3 channels because I'm pretty busy towards the end of next week. So I imagine I'll spend most of the weekend either in the LEGO City, or I've done that wrong. And it lifts off altogether. Either in the LEGO City or in my office, the same way I spend most days. Not that that's a complaint, because my days are awesome. Any plans to see Superman? Not in the cinema. It's too hot to leave the house. I'll see it at some point. It'll be on a streaming service of some kind at some point. I'm not in a huge rush. I think it's fairly safe to assume whatever Superman's getting up to, he's probably going to win. And so I don't think there's much in the way of spoilers I need to be fearful of. And yeah, no rush. What days do we stream? Mondays and Fridays. Although that might be different this coming week, potentially. Definitely there'll be one on Monday. I'm not sure about Friday. Watch this space about Friday. Cinemas were the first places to have aircon. Yeah, but now our house has got aircon, so I don't need to go to the cinema to cool down. A few years ago, the last time we had a really, really hot summer, when we got stranded in Brussels and then stranded in London on the way back from Amsterdam because the train tracks were melting or whatever it was, and we literally couldn't get home. Me and Anna checked into a hotel. Once we finally got back to the UK, we had to have a night. This is all in vlogs if you want to go and see it. But we had to have an unexpected night in Brussels because we got stranded there. And then we finally got back to London the next morning, but then couldn't get out of London because no trains were running. So we were stuck in London for the day. So we booked into a hotel and then just went to the cinema across the road and watched like 3 movies back to back because it was 35 degrees outside. And it was the only place where we weren't melting. So yeah, we're familiar with using cinemas to cool off, but we don't need to. We're at home. It's cool here. The Great Amsterdam debacle was years ago. It was years ago. Yeah, it was. I mean, was that pre-COVID? I feel like that was pre-COVID. How can we say Mondays but Friday is Friday? Because if I'm concentrating, I'll say Monday and Friday because I'll use my online voice. And if I'm not really concentrating, I'll say Monday and Friday because my real accent will come out a little bit, which I have spent many years trying to hide from the world to make me more understandable online. So yeah, that's just a concentration thing on a long stream. The effort would always be to say Monday, Friday. You should see the heat in Atlanta. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's such a cliche response from us Brits now. You have it every year and you're used to it and you're built to cope with it, and you have air conditioning and houses that stay cool, whereas we have houses that are designed to keep the heat in because it's usually cold here, not hot. So we don't have air conditioning, we're not used to it, we don't know what to do when it happens, and our houses are designed to keep the heat in. So yeah, hot weather here is very different to hot weather somewhere that's used to hot weather. Like, I've been to countries where it's been hotter than this, but it's not been as uncomfortable as it feels here. I didn't need that piece after all, it seems. I guess the Amsterdam thing was the first TwitchCon after COVID then. So it would be, what, 4 years ago? 4 years ago seems about right. There you go. Taking shape, boys and girls. Bag 13. Bags 13. What am I drinking? Water, because it's very hot. I mean, I realise I should drink more water than I do anyway. But I haven't been lately. But I bought myself a new flask, which I'm now using. Sometimes you just need the new flask boost. Oh. Right, where are we? I believe this is Harold Potter. This little chap. who's basically got the haircut my barber gave me today. There we go. Potter is in, everybody. Mr. Potter. Ba, 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 ba. Was that the one where Anger hung out with Tall Lincoln? Yeah. That was, it shows that it was quite long ago, because that was before Tom was even a Twitch partner. Tom, who's now an internet sensation. But that was the year where me, Zealand and Matt went off. Oh, and Jack. I think Jack was there too for that one. Went off into the Twitch Partners Lounge and got all our free food and gifts and beverages. And Anna, Tom and Zealand's mum had to sit outside and wait for us while we went and got schmoozed as big shots. Obviously that would never happen now. Tom would be with the big boys. But back then he was a filthy little nobody who had no right to hang out with us. Little try hard. Right. I can't find the piece that I need. There it is. Homes in the UK and Northern Europe are built for retaining heat, whilst ones in the Southern Europe are built to shed heat. Yeah, exactly. Genuinely, without the air conditioning on, it's hotter to just go outside. It's always hotter outside, always hotter inside than outside here, whatever the time of year. That's why when I tell you the temperature, I'm like, oh, it's 30 degrees outside, so it's at least 35 in here. It's always hotter indoors, especially when you've got a load of studio lamps pointing at you and a hot computer on and a hot camera melting. Yeah, even though this kind of weather seems to be happening more and more, it still is officially the exception and freak weather that happens every year now. Global warming is not real. It's just weather. Yeah, different weather, you moron. Back to feeling old. I first subbed to the FM channel in 2017. I've just discovered. Now I really feel old. Well, it sounds like you are pretty old. I mean, I started that channel in 2015, so you were slacking for a couple of years there. But at least you got involved eventually. Yeah, my 10-year YouTube anniversary is in October. I think it's October the 17th. It's 10 years since I started the FM channel. And we're now just about, I think we're a week away from my 8-year anniversary of leaving work. I think I left work like the 17th, 18th of July 2017. Was my last day as a respectable contributing member of society before I became layabout scum. Didn't get up till 9 o'clock this morning. It's lovely. Lovely. 9 o'clock. What a time to be alive. Well, a time to be asleep, actually. I remember the talk in the garage about leaving the job. There were many talks in that garage. The fact that I'm now back to making garage green screen content again, that's the core of the vlog channel now, is mad. We've come full circle. The videos that I stopped making because they didn't get views, and now the ones that I make because I just enjoy making them. They still don't really get views. But it doesn't matter as much anymore. Belated happy birthday, thank you very much. I am officially aging in reverse now, you'll all be glad to know, because of Anna's face mask thing that I got for Christmas. Been using that since it arrived, so yesterday was my second 41st birthday, as I've started coming back down again, so I'm 40 next year. Oh, the big 40, dreading it. Dreading turning 40 again, it was bad enough the first time. All the retired old boys I see on the dog walk wake up at 9:30. It's a good time to wake up. It's a good hour. Ah! I knocked Hermione's book. No, it's not Hermione, it's Ginny. Ginny's book out of her hand. Hold your book, Ginny, for goodness sake. What do you think this is? Makes you feel any better. I'm 28 next week. Well, we're getting closer together. If you're still aging forwards like a rascal. So if you're 28 next week, what business did you have watching an old man like me when you were like 20 years old? I'm fascinated. Is it just because there were no other options? Just desperate for some Football Manager content anywhere? That is fascinating. I've never understood how I appeal to the young whippersnappers. I guess it's just because I'm so freakishly handsome for my age. Just for any age, really. Age doesn't come into it. I like Andy, and I know it. We all know it. It's 9:30, 9:30 or 8:30. 9:30's 9:30, obviously. We're not crazy Europeans. 9:30 is short for 9:30. Ben must have been on a break. Oh, did the day end in Y? I have kids older than 35. I've got a 23-year-old daughter now. Is she, yeah, she's 20. Yeah, she turned 23 this year, so she's 24 in January. Just need some hair colouring for the beard to go back to black then. The beard was never black. It was always a bit ginger. It's always been lighter than my hair. When it used to get long, it used to go ginger. Now when it goes long, it goes grey. But it used to be, even as recently as like 6 months ago, when I trimmed it short like this, it would be dark again. But now, even trimmed short, this bit's not going anywhere, is it? That ship has sailed. Might have to just shave it off. Can't have it aging me. I don't want people figuring out I'm not actually 27. That'd be a disaster. I have no kids at 40, no plans to have one. Well, I certainly have no plans to have any more. I've done my child rearing years. Now I'm just going to live out the rest of my days as an increasingly deranged old man, is my plan. Just move further and further away from acceptable in all aspects of my life. The way most men age. I want to be one of those old men who goes out on a Saturday morning to drive his motorised boat around the lake. His little remote controlled boat. 9 years until you swap ages with the oldest sproglet. Exactly. Did anyone hear we're getting a giant Harry Potter Ford Anglia car? I know there's an expensive one. I didn't know how big it was. I'm happy with my little £8 one from B&M. That's Lego City scale. I don't need a big car. That's just a big car that I then have to put on a shelf. I want my Lego sets to be able to go into the city. If they're not minifigure scale, it takes a lot to get me interested in them. Yoink. Where are we? I want one of those remote control boats. Need to convince the husband. Let him get old enough. I think all men reach a certain age and they want one. So you just have to wait. He'll get there. And then you can just take it off him when he gets bored of it, which he probably will. Oh, boys and girls. Oh, can't believe you've let me leave it this long into the stream. I've now finished Rune Factory. And I've started Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. And that might be the best game of the year. I'm only like 5 or 6 hours in. And it's blooming excellent. If you haven't played it, get it played. It's superb. I've seen it described as a cross between Animal Crossing and Zelda, which I'm not sure I get because I don't like Zelda, but I love Animal Crossing. And it's certainly Animal Crossing with more normal RPG and combat elements. But it's great fun. I'm having a whale of a time. Very much enjoying my Switch 2. I don't think a day has gone by since the Switch 2 came out where I've not played on it, which is a good sign for a new console. The last new console I got where that would have been true for was probably the Vita. Not even the original Switch kept me coming back daily for that long, because when the Switch first came out there wasn't much on it. Whereas obviously on the Switch 2 we've got several good launch games plus all the Switch back catalogues there as well. Pokemon is my favourite Nintendo series, as it should be. Pokemon is awesome. Very much looking forward to that later in the year. There's just too much Lego in each stage. I can't find the pieces that I need. I know they're here. There it is. There it is. Better still get to a certain age and start building Lego at 61. I mean, whatever age you are, start building Lego. Lego's great. Quite apart from anything else, certainly for those of us who might be at risk of starting to get a little bit older, having a hobby that involves so much brain and hand dexterity, it's got to be a good thing, isn't it? For keeping your hands active, keeping your brain active. Building Lego's got to be better for you as you age than sitting in front of the telly or reading a book. Surely. Surely. I think Lego's medicinal. I think it's the new jigsaw puzzle. We'll see old folks' homes full of Lego sets if we don't already have that. We should. Because I think it would be great therapeutic quality. It certainly helps calm my ridiculous autistic brain. It's the only way I can really shut my brain off is to just sit down in here quietly with an audiobook or something on Netflix and just shut my brain off and build some Lego. I don't have any other hobbies that allow me to just shut my brain off like that. Even gaming, I'm always thinking about something else. Only if the people there are under 99. Yeah, if the 100-year-olds try and get involved, just smack it out of their hands. What are they going to do? Try and fight back? Come at me, old man. I'm going to be a menace when I'm in an old folks' home. And I can't wait. That's why I started going over 80 sets already starting in January. Nice. Very cool. Right then. Pop you on there. You on there. Beautiful. Considering this is open back, it is so structurally sound as well, this set. It's very well built. I think it's like 5,500 pieces. It's a lot of Lego. But it's all been very cleverly designed and put together. This is a great set. I can see why it's so popular and why it's been around for so long and why it was so expensive. It's very cool. And I say that as someone who is not a Harry Potter guy. It is a worry that I can get this into a theme that I'm not actually that bothered about the theme. Because then I look at something like Rivendell and I'm like, well, that could go the same way, couldn't it? If I can figure out a way to incorporate that into the city, I know I'd enjoy building Rivendell. I have absolutely no interest whatsoever in Lord of the Rings, but I know I'd enjoy building Rivendell. And the only thing holding me back is I don't know what I'd do with it after I built it. But once I figure out that piece of the mystery, you're in trouble, world. Recently fell in love with Paddington Bear. We've all been there. Obsessed in getting all the movies and merch. Very nice. This chair is falling apart. We had a new chair arrive today. We picked up a new one, basically the same as this one that we've had for years. There was one in the prime sale for like 40 quid. So that arrived today. It's just been too hot to assemble it. But I do see what Anna was moaning about the other night. It does feel like this chair is going to collapse at any moment. It has seen better days. I mean, this chair goes back a long time. I think I had this chair. I think this chair has existed longer than Anna has. I think I had this before Anna moved in. So it's a pre-Anna piece of furniture. And there aren't many of them left now. Because Anna has existed for quite a number of years. She was in her 20s when she debuted in the Kevin Chapman show. She should have 40s now. Everyone's getting old. So yeah, I think this this chair is probably going to get retired over the weekend. That goes in. Oh yeah! I was just saying how well this was all put together. And now we've got pieces just bursting off of it. Let's try that again. Oh, crumbs. Why doesn't it want to go on there? What have I done here? Right, let's try again. There we go. Now it's rock solid. Lovely. Will it be getting a testimonial at the chair? Maybe. Maybe. more than likely it'll get a drive to the tip. I'll try and throw it into a skip. One of the guys there will be like, whoa, 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 bring that down here. He'll take it home and either fix it or realise it's broken and take it back himself. I suspect it won't make it into a skip tomorrow, but goodness me, I'll try and get it in one because I know it's done. I might get the Day of the Dead set. It does look cool. There you go, Kevin. Good work, you handsome little rascal. Can you hear it? I mean, it doesn't sound clever at all, does it? There's definitely something broken inside it. Went to Discovery Centre Birmingham, saw a built hungry caterpillar, asked if I could buy it and was told it won't ever be released as it's a design piece from staff who sit in a little office. Or they should submit it to LEGO Ideas. Or do what they do in the Amsterdam LEGO store and sell the instructions, or not sell the instructions, give the instructions away and make sure all the pieces are on the pick-a-brick wall in there. Because you can get the little the little Amsterdam houses off the pick-a-brick wall in the Amsterdam store. They give you the instructions at the till. And you just go and find all the pieces. It's very cool. Last time I was at the Discovery Centre in Birmingham, they had a Sabrina Carpenter display in the window, which again, completely unlicensed and won't be sold. But it was a little Sabrina Carpenter minifigure on a big stage, which Hannah was quite partial to. She does like a bit of Sabrina. Yeah, August is shaping up to be expensive, isn't it? I mean, I touched on it a little bit in yesterday's video. I've tried making a wish list because the value, this set, there's going to be like 70 sets releasing when all is said and done. Over £5,000 worth of new Lego coming out on the 1st of August, which is mad. That's a mad sentence to say. But I went through and was like, right, I'm just going to make a list. I'm not committing to anything. I'm just going to make a list of, if money was no object, if I was just walking around the Lego store doing a supermarket sweep, just picking up the new sets that I like the look of, what would it cost me? £1,700. So I'm not getting every new set that I want on the 1st of August, clearly. So I'm going to have to make some decisions about what's coming home with me and what's not. And it's not as if I can be like, oh, well, I'll save some for September. Because September we've got the Black Pearl and Arkham Asylum, amongst whatever else gets announced as well. The Game Boy's out later in the year. It's just so much coming. What kind of expensive hobby have you let me get myself into here? Why wasn't I being adequately supervised? This is Anna's fault. How should she let this happen? This is going to financially ruin us. Is there a Lego store that has sand green bricks in the pick-a-brick wall? They generally all have the same pick-a-brick stuff, which you do notice when you wander around from store to store. Certainly in the UK, I don't know if that's the way it is worldwide. But I even noticed when I was in Denmark, the Billund store had pretty much the same pieces as the Milton Keynes store. It had extras as well. There was more there. But all the stuff that was in Milton Keynes was there. So I think they do just tend to have the same stuff and it rotates every few months. Oh, don't get me started on the Pokemon stuff that's going to be starting to come out from January. If they do this the way they should do it, that is going to finish me off. Because there's no logic behind not just doing a couple of Pokemon sets every month forever. And thankfully they won't do that. They'll probably do a batch of 5 or 6, 2 or 3 times a year, the way they do for Animal Crossing and Sonic and Mario and Minecraft and all the other game tie-in sets. But they genuinely could release like a new Pokemon every week for the rest of time, and I still won't have them all by the time I die. They'll still be releasing one a week. There's just so many. Yeah, new Speed Champions coming soon. There's just a lot coming soon. There's no getting away from it, boys and girls. There's going to be sets I don't get, and that applies to everybody. There's going to be sets we end up not getting. And that extends as far as there'll be sets I don't ever get. Like the piano. It's a set I would like. Never getting it though. I've made my peace with it. I'm never getting that piano. It's never going to be a high enough priority that I'm going to spend that money on it when there's other stuff coming. And someone asked about the Twilight House earlier. There's a chance that could fall into that category. It might never be high enough up the list for me to just go and get it, because it's £200 for an IP I'm not interested in. We've got to have a barren couple of months of releases for me to get to the point where actually this is now top of my wanted list. So as much as I feel like it will probably arrive with us eventually, it might not. The crane. Oh, the crane I know I'm not getting. Yeah, again, and I'm comfortable with that because I've got nowhere to put it anyway. The crane would be silly. I swear the only people who've bought the crane are incredibly rich people or people who just wanted it for parts. I don't think there is a normal person out there who's bought that crane and kept it assembled. Because where on earth are they keeping it and what are they doing with it? Nearly knocked Ginny over again. The Creator 3-in-1 sets I really want are the Unicorn Castle, the Haunted Mansion, the Retro Telephone. Yeah, I mean, as always, I want them all. I think it's my favourite theme. I just love Creator 3-in-1, but I think because I don't need to rush to get them all at once, I'm going to prioritise city stuff, like not Lego City, our Lego City. Stuff for our city is the priority for August. So I'm going to get the Creator 3-in-1 Castle. I'm going to get the Creator 3-in-1 Haunted House. I'm going to get the Spider-Man Peter Parker's apartment and the Oscorp building, and I can't remember what else is out. But I'm going to try and limit myself to stuff that's going to go in the city, is what I'm getting at. Just picked up Notre Dame on a Prime deal for £118. Wow, that is a good price. That's getting close to half off. That's mad. Is that a lightning deal or has that been on there the whole time? So I feel like that's something I should have put in my video. Are they doing last minute super cheap prices that I don't know about in the final hours? Second level of Jazz Club. Oh, the Jazz Club's great. What a great set. Where did you go? Ah, you onion! What have you done there? Stop fingering things. Keep your hands to yourself, you perv. Right. You go there. Oh, I'm constantly fingering the bits that are inside. This is momentarily getting a little bit fiddly for my enormous fingers. But the effect is cool, so I'll let them off. We've got these little dragon's head deals sticking out the front of the shop, which do look super duper. It was down to £142, but I live in Guernsey, so they take off that. Ah, okay. I want LEGO to release a hang castle and a mystic mansion from Sonic Heroes. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about Sonic Heroes. Question, are you interested in the mecha team leader from Fortnite? I am not, no. I don't like mechs at the best of times. And I'm not into Fortnite. The only Fortnite set that I want that I don't already have, because I've already got the battle bus. Anna's got the big banana thing. I'd quite like Colombo because I think he looks cool, but he's far too expensive for what he is. So I'm not getting Colombo anytime soon. Final day deals includes micro Hogwarts. How much is that? Because Anna really wants that. Are you disappointed in the Crusty Burger after building it? No, I think it was great. What is there to be disappointed in? I think it's a great set. Which I expected, to be honest. I was expecting it to be great, and it was. How do you go on then? Okay. We've got little dragon fellas on here. Guarantee these bits are going to fall off in transit to the LEGO City, but it'll be fine. Yeah, how much is the micro scale Hogwarts? I know Anna wants that. Micro Hogwarts down to 3. That's not the micro one, is it? I'm talking about the really little one. The like the £150 one or whatever it is. Not the big expensive one. No, she wants the little one. The littlest one. There we go. 145 US. How much is it in Great British pounds? 129.99. Yeah, see, I feel like we've seen that cheaper. I feel like that's been less than that at Smith's at one time or another, which I could be making it, but I don't think I am. I don't think that's enough to convince her to buy. I think it needs to be well under that, like closer to 100 to get her to take the plunge. Right, Flourish and Bots is the name of this shop, and it has a big sign. What does Flourish and Bots sell? Is that the bookshop? It's 115 on Amazon for the mini Hogwarts. Yeah, see, that is the kind of price that might just tempt her. I'll let her know. She's got to make her mind up tonight, hasn't she? Because it all ends at midnight. I think if she wasn't about to get Neuschwanstein Castle, she probably would take the plunge, but I think because it looks quite similar to that, she might not. Right, these pieces, I feel like they should be attached to this somewhere. I've missed some pieces out. Where are you supposed to... Ah, there you go. In there. So I've missed a whole stage here. What a silly gooseberry. A silly, handsome gooseberry. Right, boys and guys, I think we are going to wrap things up there, because each one of these bags takes a good 20 minutes, half an hour, because there's so much of it, but it is cool. This is the third stage. We just need to get the roof on. we're on to the final bag, but I need to get out of this hot room. I've been in here 3 hours. I am melting. But thank you for joining me. We will be back on Monday for another stream, hopefully joined by Anna, depending on what the weather's like. If it's this hot again, it will just be me, and I'll probably carry on with this. If it's a little cooler and Anna's back, she'll be doing Jeff, and I will be doing some smaller bits and bobs that I don't know what yet, but we'll figure it out. I'm sure it'll be fun regardless. We've got a Lego City update coming out tomorrow. There might even be another one on Sunday, because the one coming out tomorrow I filmed last Sunday, and I'm there again tomorrow, so we might have consecutive days of Lego City updates. We will see. I'm not sure. But thank you for watching. Toodle pip. My laptop didn't die either.